Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Untitled broadcast. We're going to start off with the Luke Smith news saying that the raid power range will be between 260 and 280. Got some people on Reddit saying that it's because they're trying to lower the barrier to entry and while raising up the difficulty for the higher difficulty versions. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. This could be good, this could be bad. It's a very deep topic, but just the information that the 260 to 280 is important. Moving on, this guy made a guide for all the Nessus K6 chests if you're trying to do it real quick. So shout out to that guy on Reddit. Shout out to this guy for his post, and it says if you don't shut up, they're gonna nerf public events instead of buffing strikes. You know that, right? And that brings me to my point. Strikes take too long. Public events are a lot more fun and easier to do. So do public events right now before they nerf them. Moving on to this guy. Can we show the location of the fire team members on the map? This guy also has some suggestions. Visible teammates, like that guy said. Ability to drop a waypoint anywhere. Bonus points if it's visible to teammates. Common sense if it's available to teammates also. Come on, Bungie. Some sort of indication of north on the radar. I agree 100%. Bring back distance indicators on patrol beacons. So they took some stuff out. Moving on to this guy. He says 4-player fire teams and large crucible maps and 75% of quick play being supremacy is an extremely bad formula. This goes back to the video I made back in the beta, and ever since I heard about 4v4, yeah, 6v6 was a lot better. Clash, especially in casual, is just a lot more fun. And this is not that much fun to play in casual. So yeah, about time the community catches up with what I've been saying. Moving on to this guy. He says complete public event and then fast travel back to it for profit. So just a cool little idea of just doing that. So that's how you get double to triple the rewards, because you maybe change servers and get into a new one that's still doing the public event and beating it with them. So maybe that'll work. This guy says every time I have to wait for a glimmer notification to disappear before I can check the planetary challenges, I die a little inside. A death by 1,000 cuts. So that was something. In response to the BDobbins Destiny 2 as a joke, I went a little off on him, and I'm not really sure. I think he's a little biased in this video, and he's not counting any of the higher end content. And I also go on to say that when I buy a Treyarch Call of Duty, especially Black Ops 3, I didn't buy Black Ops 3 for the multiplayer or the campaign. I think they both suck. I hate the multiplayer for that, and I'm not have any interest in the campaign. So that doesn't apply to me. So I only bought it for the zombies, and I don't feel like it was or wasn't. It's a debatable conversation if it was worth the money or not. And then I go on to say, and you nitpicked Destiny because if you could apply the same logic to Battleborn, For Honor, or Division, but it's also what they do in those games that is positive. And I also say that about Destiny 2. Wait for the raid first before we decide if it's good or bad. Same thing with For Honor. If you're gonna say For Honor was bad, let's talk about the 1v1 mechanic and the sword fighting in it. That was good. If we're gonna talk about Division, let's talk about how deep the RPG mechanic was, how pretty that game was, and the aesthetics of that game. It had some positives to it, and the idea of the PvE PvP area was interesting. Battleborn, I still need to make a video about that. I love that game. And moving on to the final bit of news today. Rainbow Six Siege has climbed all the way up to the #1 play game on Xbox Live. Now, Destiny 2 is not on this list at the moment, so it's not really fair to compare yet, but the point of the matter is now Rainbow Six Siege has passed Call of Duty Black Ops 3's most played games, and even Grand Theft Auto 5, and that just had that DLC like a week ago. And so did Rainbow Six Siege though. So anyways, so Xbox, still shooter console, still Rainbow Six Siege, best shooter out, most popular. So, and that's been the news. Thanks for watching. Peace out.